Hello again, it's Michael, and I'd like to welcome you back to the Round Number 1 YouTube channel. Thanks to the unpredictable power of the YouTube algorithm, I'm still in awe of the number of people who listen to Sunday's upload. It's impressive how it pushed so many people to listen to last Sunday's upload. Today's upload is like a sequel to last Sunday's upload, along with some updated wrestling news. With our newer YouTube uploads now a timestamp, you can quickly listen to the main topics discussed in this video. Feel free to skip ahead to the parts that interest you or stay right where you are. This is a reminder about what I mentioned in my upload last Sunday. WWE has been focusing on creating moments instead of prioritizing actual wrestling to boost viewership for WrestleMania 41. This is true for both in-person attendees and audiences watching on Peacock in the United States and globally on Netflix. Now, I'm generally excited to watch both nights of WrestleMania 41 on Netflix just because it's WrestleMania and Netflix is a fantastic over-the-top streaming service. However, I noticed that these moments lack memorability, and I'm disappointed that WWE is putting out creatively lazy material as we approach WrestleMania 41. Based on my observations from this past Monday night's Raw, I noticed a pattern of lackluster material from the WWE as they promote WrestleMania 41. Interestingly, during the commercial breaks, there was an advertisement for a Backlash in St. Louis claiming that the aftermath of WrestleMania in Vegas would be significant and urging fans to buy tickets. Despite this, WWE wants fans to believe that the events at WrestleMania will make Backlash a must-see event for the WWE Universe, justifying our spending. A developing storyline involves Io Sky, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley, leading to a triple threat match for the WWE Women's World Championship at WrestleMania 41. Rhea Ripley lost the Women's World Championship to Io Sky on a March 3rd edition of Raw, primarily due to a distraction from Bianca Belair, who had just won the Elimination Chamber match. 2 weeks later, Ripley interrupted the contract signing for WrestleMania between Io Sky and Bianca Belair and added her signature. Adam Pearce then announced that since they all agreed to fight each other for the championship, it would officially be a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41. If you didn't already know, that's not what happened. To delay the inevitable announcement of a triple threat match at WrestleMania 41, WWE wants to clarify that having a non-participant sign a contract they are not involved in is neither legally binding nor enforceable. I've been watching wrestling since 1989, and I have seen wrestlers add their names to contracts to participate in matches they are not involved in. Shawn Michaels did it in 2004. John Cena did it in 2021 to challenge Roman Reigns for SummerSlam for the Universal Championship. The person overseeing the situation, usually Vince McMahon or WWE officials such as the Raw or Smackdown GM, enforces that officially whoever's name is on the contract is in the match. Guess who was overseeing the situation with John Cena in 2021? It was Sonya Deville and the current Raw GM, Adam Pearce. This storyline has been repetitive throughout the European Road to WrestleMania editions of Raw. I predict Rhea will officially be added to the match once the WWE crew returns to America. Here's what has unfolded over the past 3 weeks in rinse and repeat cycle. Io Sky and Bianca Belair confront each other and exchange a series of forgettable lines. Then Rhea Ripley joins them, leading to arguments among the three. Io is pushed by Bianca and then by Rhea, resulting in a brawl that marks the events of Week 1. In Week 2, Io Sky and Bianca Belair confront each other again, repeating their previous exchanges. However, Io asserts that Bianca won't push her around this time. Rhea again arrives, and the three women argue, with Io once more shoved by both competitors. As we head into the third week of the European tour, Adam Pearce, clearly frustrated, grants Rhea Ripley a title rematch against Io Sky for Monday, March 31st in London, UK. The winner will face Bianca at the Show of Shows. Adam Pearce appoints Bianca as a special guest referee for this match, resulting in which will result in no one winning, a brawl ensuing between all three women, and Adam Pearce finally making the WrestleMania 3-way match official. It's hard not to wonder why this rematch wasn't arranged 3 weeks ago, sparring us from enduring these repetitive segments for 3 weeks straight. This situation is a clear example of WWE's attempts to create memorable moments on the road to WrestleMania 41, but it often feels short. It's frustrating to see potential squandered in this way. I'm sure many of you share this sentiment. So why did Axiom push Gunther to his limits last Monday night on Raw? Axiom, who was one half of the NXT Tag Team Champions, was able to put in a competitive match against Gunther in a losing effort. I said this last week, but Gunther should not have competitive matches with anyone on the road to WrestleMania 41. Gunther looks weak as a champion heading into WrestleMania 41, but I must admit that the match against Axiom was very entertaining. And in all of the 3-0 matches Jey Uso has had against Gunther, they have yet to have a match as good as Axiom versus Gunther. Yeah, Jey Uso with the mistake made on Raw saying that he's 3-0 against Gunther when Jey Uso is 0-3 against Gunther. This storyline is in critical condition, and it's supposed to be the main event of WrestleMania 41 as Jey Uso won the 2025 Royal Rumble. What are we getting next week on Raw? Jimmy Uso versus Gunther, and Jey Uso will probably botch something on purpose in attacking Gunther. I noticed from Raw this week that the creative team is positioning Jey as a wrestler who somehow has lost his footing, and by WrestleMania, he'll become a perfect version of Jey Uso who will cleanly beat Gunther. By the way, I'm not anti-Jey Uso. While he may be an average singles wrestler and struggles with cutting promos, I still want Jey Uso to win the World Heavyweight Championship. Whoever wins the Royal Rumble should win their championship match at WrestleMania. I'm still frustrated that Shinsuke Nakamura won the Royal Rumble in 2018, yet never captured the WWE Championship at WrestleMania or even later that year, despite being one of the hottest WWE superstars on the roster. For those skeptical about Jey Uso becoming the world champion, it's crucial that innovative, creative ideas back his reign. Consider the example of John Bradshaw Layfield, who won the WWE Championship and had one of the best title reigns. He defeated Eddie Guerrero and held the championship for 280 days from June 27, 2004 until he lost it to John Cena at WrestleMania 21 on April 3, 2005. In my upload on Sunday, I expressed that my disappointment with John Cena and Cody Rhodes' comments during their exchange last week. What are my thoughts on their interaction this week? It felt like an extended version of last week's segment. What's frustrating about this feud is that it makes no sense, yet the audience loves it. John Cena is doing his best mic work in years. The crowd is showering John Cena with so much heat that they seem unable to vocally question why he turned heel and aligned himself with The Rock and Travis Scott. Have you noticed no crowd chants for The Rock at all? Cena has the crowd's full attention, and while Cena doesn't appear to have an explanation for his alliance with The Rock, the audience doesn't even care. So the WWE Universe forgot that The Rock and even rapper Travis Scott played a significant role in his heel turn at the 2025 Elimination Chamber PLE in Toronto. Can you imagine when The Rock finally shows up and Cena ignores him? At this point, that seems likely, as Cena or even Cody hasn't mentioned The Rock at all during this 4-week European tour. John Cena explained his decision to turn heel by sharing that it stems from 2 decades of being bullied and booed by the audience. Fans have called him names and demanded more, yet it was never enough. Cena's goal is to ruin wrestling for everyone and retire as the current WWE champion. He aims to bring home the physical WWE Championship, allowing WWE to create another champion who would be considered inferior because Cena possesses the real physical WWE Championship and it was never defeated, and he was never defeated for it. Cena's sudden heel turn, claiming that the mixed cheers and boos finally got to him after being a babyface for nearly 20 years, doesn't make much sense to me. This could have been a potential launching point for his heel run if he had articulated these thoughts during his surprise appearance at the WWE Money in the Bank event in Toronto last year. Imagine if Cena had shared what he told the crowd on March 17th in Brussels, Belgium, and March 24th in Glasgow, Scotland during his Toronto appearance. That would have been monumental and provided a more impactful way for Cena to turn heel while announcing his retirement, declaring that he would take the WWE Championship with him into retirement. Additionally, Cena wouldn't need The Rock's involvement to create a heel run storyline. Cena would have the creative freedom to work with Triple H and his team to plan his retirement year on his terms. Furthermore, Cena's alignment with The Rock is baffling, and we still haven't been explained, with WrestleMania just 21 days away. At this point, I don't understand why The Rock is even involved in the storyline between Cody Rhodes and John Cena for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania 41. His presence seems unnecessary, and it has left this storyline filled with more holes than a block of Swiss cheese that's starting to smell. A better way to incorporate The Rock into the storyline would have been to cast John Cena in Cody Rhodes' role. After John Cena lost the Royal Rumble, The Rock should have approached him for a conversation, delivering a speech similar to the one he gave to Rhodes. In this speech, The Rock expressed his desire for Cena's soul in exchange for an opportunity to compete for the championship at WrestleMania 41, even though Jey Uso won the Royal Rumble match. This change would allow Cena to retire as the WWE Champion and surpass Ric Flair as the greatest of all time, often called the GOAT. Then at Elimination Chamber, Cena could secure the victory and Rhodes would enter the ring to congratulate him. The Rock and Travis Scott would then arrive to get their answer. Will John Cena give up his soul? Cena will respond by telling The Rock to go screw himself. Cena would look to The Rock, who cues him to retaliate. Cena delivers a low blow to Rhodes, and a brutal beatdown on Cody Rhodes ensures, mirroring what happens in our current timeline. I can already foresee a problematic period following this Monday's edition of Raw, which will mark John Cena's last television appearance until WrestleMania 41. Yes, it's true that unless plans change, John Cena will not be seen again until night 1 or night 2 of WrestleMania 41. So who will take over the narrative alongside Cody Rhodes? It might be The Rock. The problem is The Rock has been out of sight and out of mind, considering he wasn't there for Cena during the European tour. The creative gymnastics he needs to pull off could undermine this alliance's legitimacy between the old era's flag bearers. This storyline risks delving deeper into a lack of sense. The crowd is enthusiastic for a heel John Cena versus babyface WWE Champion Cody Rhodes match at WrestleMania. This could be an easy situation for The Rock, similar to what John Cena experienced during the European Road to WrestleMania tour. The audience fully engages with these moments, overlooking any gaps in the storyline because they want to see a frustrated heel version of John Cena. Whether this storyline will create long-lasting positive memories for the audience beyond the moment at the Elimination Chamber remains to be seen. In conclusion, as we approach WrestleMania 41, it's clear that WWE has a mix of people who think that these storylines are quite promising and others who think they're underwhelmingly executed. I yearn for more creativity and depth in the lead up to the event. As we gear up for WrestleMania, one can only hope that the final weeks will bring the excitement and unpredictability that fans expect from such a monumental occasion. One last thing I want to mention, even though I initially set my opinion aside, isn't it interesting that the storyline between Cody Rhodes and John Cena has the audience glued to their phones and televisions, yet the roster seems indifferent? CM Punk addressed The Rock and John Cena the week following Elimination Chamber, but no one else has had an opinion. However, when Xavier and Kofi verbally attacked Big E, the roster resented the New Day for weeks, and still do. Why does nobody seem to care about Cody Rhodes getting seriously beaten down? Why isn't anyone angry with John Cena? In other WWE news, I have enjoyed watching Raw and Smackdown at earlier start times on the East Coast because both television shows are in Europe. Thanks to the global WWE and Netflix deal, people outside of America can watch all WWE programming live as it airs without tape delay. Smackdown is on tape delay when it airs exclusively on USA Network in the United States. Still, if you have a Netflix subscription and a reliable VPN, you can watch it live instead of having to wait until 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. From now on, these Road to WrestleMania European shows should become standard. Listen, I'm getting older and should be in bed around 9:30 p.m. to get a good night's sleep. And listen, people, if you're not getting more than 5 hours of sleep a night and not sleeping well, you're doing great harm to your body and limiting your earning potential for the long run. Please see your doctor and please get tested for sleep apnea. Triple H is not running these shows and then gets up at 4 a.m. in the morning the next day to prepare for work like most of the WWE universe that's not rich has to do. Like baseball, there needs to be a consideration in running earlier live televised programming when broadcasting the United States, Canada, Mexico, and the Caribbean. And if these networks don't allow it, then the over-the-top streaming services will. The day is coming when WWE programming in America is folded into global broadcasting through over-the-top streaming services like Netflix. WWE programming will not be on linear television in America. WWE is not on linear television in Canada, Europe, and South America, and business is doing fantastic. There's a strong case that Netflix may push for earlier start times for live WWE programming, not only for viewership reasons, but for the clash of future programming on Netflix, such as the NFL and the WWE being shown simultaneously. Last night on Smackdown, we've received exciting news about the 2025 Hall of Fame. For years, wrestling message boards have discussed expanding the WWE Hall of Fame to honor memorable careers and significant matches or moments. Vince McMahon resisted the idea of inducting matches into the WWE Hall of Fame for whatever reason. He could have implemented this concept years ago. By doing so, he could have recognized many more individuals with the WWE Hall of Fame ring, especially those who have passed away. This change could have encouraged more wrestlers to sign WWE Legends contracts and boosted DVD and Blu-ray sales during their peak, ultimately leading to increased royalty payments for wrestlers. Under Ari Emanuel's ownership, WWE has entered a new era where Vince McMahon no longer influences the TKO Group's business, interests, or WWE's creative direction. As a result, initiatives that McMahon previously overlooked can now be implemented. During yesterday's SmackDown in London, it was announced that the match between Austin and Hart from WrestleMania 13 will be the first inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. This induction ceremony will take place during WrestleMania. Both Hart and Austin will be present to accept the honor. Immortal Moment is used for the matches inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. UFC Fight Wing creator Ant Evans made the following statement regarding WWE's decision to start inducting matches into its Hall of Fame. I'm thrilled that WWE will be inducting matches and moments into their Hall of Fame, drawing inspiration from Fight Wing I created for the UFC Hall of Fame. It's fitting that the WWE Hall borrows from the UFC Hall, as I use WWE's institution as a major reference point when shaping the UFC Hall of Fame. In other news, Rey Fenix is scheduled to make his WWE debut next week on Smackdown, which is scheduled to take place on Friday, April 4th, 2025. The event will be held at the Allstate Arena in Chicago, where temperatures are expected to be quite chilly outside. However, the atmosphere in the Allstate Arena will surely be electric because of the show. This week, the passing of Janice Carter from the Carter family was announced. In a statement on the official TNA website, they express, "We are grateful for everything the Carter family has contributed to TNA Wrestling throughout its history and offer our sincere condolences to Janice's family and friends. The Carter family served as the majority owners of TNA Wrestling for many years and played a significant role in the organization's development." Now, before we end this show, let's dive into some exciting wrestling gossip. First, Gail Kim was fired from TNA Wrestling. Why was she let go? We have some speculation, but no confirmed details about her firing. Gail Kim hasn't set a date for a sit down, so we'll have to wait to hear her side of the story. Gail Kim, Ariel Sharir, Rob Kigman, and Michael Shukenko, I hope I said that right, were all let go from the organization. Rob Killman was the chief revenue officer, while Michael Shukenko worked in the digital department. Gail Kim was a producer, and Ariel Sharir was the senior vice president of content distribution and marketing. While there were additional layoffs within the organization, it's unclear if all these individuals were dismissed due to heat in the workplace. There have been rumors that Gail Kim and Ariel Sharir do not get along. Both approached TNA management to voice their complaints about each other. Gail is rumored to have stated that he has to go or I will, while Ariel is rumored to have responded by saying she has to go or I will. Ultimately, the decision was made for both of them to leave, and they were both fired. I've seen situations like this happen in the workplace. Usually, instead of causing further conflict, one person resigns and hands in their job notice to their boss. In such cases, they are often given a release with 3 weeks of pay and other cash incentives. It's important to understand that everyone is replaceable. Although managers may not express it directly, many employees and even managers themselves haven't been released solely because their roles have been assessed and no one is interested in those positions. Okay, that's it for this weekend's edition of the Round Number One YouTube show. I'll see you in the week. Bye.